Look, I want to be honest and truthful about the Simone Biles situations. And if I'm not pronouncing her name the same way, you guys sometimes have to look. People's pronunciations could be on a pattern or an accent. So I'm not messing up the young lady's name. She's a beautiful athlete. I've watched her work over the years. She did well for her community, did well for her country. I applaud the young lady. Now I'm gonna talk about the Simone Biles situation of her withdrawing from her teammates and the Olympics as well. We're gonna get into that, and I want you guys to understand the intro that I'm trying to do, because I know we have a world of sensitive people today and issues are important and it can get emotional for some people, and I'm trying to be respectful. This is not intended to target anybody or offend anybody. This is a truthful video from a non-biased point of view. Now, the opinions are expressing, they're just opinions and they're to be discussed and debated. Let's talk about it. Now, a lot of people are trying to cancel Simone Biles. The only reason I disagree with them on canceling that young lady, because I don't believe in the cancel culture. I really do believe we should have a world where we can speak our minds and we can be grown men and women about it, and understanding if those opinions are not endangering anybody and anything like that in any ways, then by all means allow those people to cover their points and let them speak. So I don't believe the young lady should be canceled or anything like that because of actions that she chooses to do as a grown individual. I stand by it. I applaud her for it, but now I have to get involved and give my opinion. Now, all my life, watching young ladies and young dudes who are doing athletics when I was young as well, meaning that I've got to see coaches exude some type of motivation in them. And one of the main key critical things that was always said to people was never quit. Now, before I get into the never quitting part, let's talk more on mental health. Now, as someone who went through this mental health situation as well, me and many other soldiers or people in life, because I don't think it's just military people as well. So I'm the first one to say being trapped in your own head and your own mind is a scary thing. It's not to be made fun of. It's not to be laughed at. It's to be taken serious. If someone is telling you they have an issue and they can't handle this, whether it's anxiety or whatever it is, something that keeps you from being you, being yourself, I understand. I'm not here to make fun of that. That's something very serious and very real. And we do know there are people out there lying about it, but I'd rather not give that light so we can take every case of a mental issue serious. You know what I mean? Because when we start looking at the ones who are being fake, now we can let the good ones slip through the cracks who need our help, and we don't do anything about it, and therefore another victim. I understand that part. So the mental health aspect of Simone Biles going in competition, if her mind isn't right, especially in gymnastics, that young lady can make some mistakes and endanger herself. But I gotta be more honest about the team aspect of this. Now, I have to be fair. Rob Parker from Fox Sports Radio and a lot of other people had key points that I have to look at and we have to venture on and talk about, bro. Like, I ain't trying to be fake about it. Look, man, all my life playing sports and trying to play sports, I've always knew you can't quit on your teammates. You can't. And most of these people are always bringing up their problems and trying to make it normal when they're going through a loss. So I'm just being honest. I find it funny when these issues come up when you lose. And they're not trying to be rude. Many athletes before her went through these up and downs. And I find we never champion the people who know how to go through strength and downs like that. Meaning you're going through mental blocks and issues of that nature, and you find a way to overcome it, and you challenge it, and you actually confront it. Those are the people who always get overlooked. But the people who in this day and age who actually do quit, who actually, and look, you can get mad at what I'm saying, but the facts remain, it's still quitting. I understand there's an issue there, and I did say earlier in the video, we need to take it serious. But does it, and this is a question to everybody watching, does it erase the aspect of motivating yourself, not quitting on your team? I mean, I got kids here and I have a daughter. To see how I put it in the mind and I emphasize it on my daughter that, look, sometimes you're going to go through hurdles in life. things are going to feel so down that you might not want to get up from that down feeling. And that's true. Many people go through that problem, but you got to fight that problem. You got to find a way out of it. You got to pick yourself up. What would it mean if I tell my daughter this, that it's acceptable to have an excuse to quit, to leave your teammates behind? That's actually somewhat selfish, and you should be selfish to take care of yourself if you got this mental issue going on. But then can we get mad and condemn people like me and many other people who are well within our rights to look at it in 4K clear picture? What it is, it's quitting on your teammates because you aren't feeling good, you aren't going through something, you, and it's just facts remain the same. It's all about you. And people are gonna say it should be about her, and I'm in agreement with you guys too. You should have anything as far as self-preservation. I give you that. But you, again, can't erase, bruh. Like, she quit on her teammates. She left them hanging because she was going through a Simone situation, not a Team USA situation or anything like that. Now you guys are going to tell me you don't know what she's going through behind the scenes. And I give you that. I don't. The world don't know what a lot of us are going through behind the scenes. We can't make an exception for everybody else that's feeling some type of way, because if that's the case, everybody are well within their rights to quit. And I do feel it's going to start a new trend, and the new trend is just going to be, well, I don't feel like it because I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Well, I don't feel like doing this, coach, because my mind just ain't there. So now coaches can never have the leeway to be like, man, come on, man, you need to tighten up, bruh. Come on, man, forget all this you doing, bro. You need to step up right now to the plate. Now coaches are going to be perceived as I'm trying to watch the justified word for YouTube purposes. They're going to be the so-called evil coach that went against this innocent person who's going through issues, although the coach probably is going through a lot of issues themselves, and the coach still has to galvanize the troops. And I thought a leader is one who can galvanize the troops. So even though we're in agreement with Simone Biles, she can quit when she wants to. It's her rights if she doesn't feel good. I agree with you guys 100%, but then you guys would be the same group who will condemn the people who are well within their rights to say that's quitting on their teammates. Look, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything like that here, but I know it's going to upset the masses because we're not allowed anymore in this day and age to speak truthfully. And I understand if you're speaking in a way that could, I'm telling you, that could put people in danger. People have their rights to get you in trouble and flag you for that, but I'm not doing that, nor is anybody else giving an open, honest opinion. I'm following the YouTube standards. I'm following the guidelines. I'm following what society calls standards. I'm in a intellectual conversation and a dialogue with you and I expect to see the same thing back, but I know the PC world we live in today, it's not going to be like that. Everybody wants me to say that Simone Biles can do whatever she wants to do, and I'm not allowed to critique her movements and what she did as a leader and as somebody in her role. And I feel like points and demerits or whatever need to be taken away as far as when it comes to GOAT and greatness. We can't erase what she did. I give you that. She's forever going to be an amazing talent. But when it comes to leadership and flaws like that, I take a lot of points away from people. I don't even care if you're Michael Jordan. I've never been a fan of Michael Jordan like that, but I'm not going to go deep on that. I do think he's one of the greatest, but I hear this LeBron, Kobe Bryant, LeBron versus Jordan. I'm still one of the people who put Kobe Bryant ahead of LeBron and Michael Jordan. And you guys are going to argue with me, but then I can take my uncles and they can argue about, you know, Chamberlain and a lot of other people in greatness. So it's just something that can go on and on, or we're going to agree to disagree. And a lot of people do not want to agree to disagree. They're going to take it as me being mean to Simone, and I'm not. I'm looking at her as the talent that she is. She's the quote-unquote GOAT. Then I expect you to act like a GOAT. I expect you to be the leader that we all know that you are. But not every time something is going on with any of you athletes, now you take the time to benefit yourself in making a lot of excuses. So I'm not saying it smells like fakeness, but it is becoming a problem and a distraction. Anytime somebody is now having issues, like that tennis player, I cannot pronounce her name, so I'm not going to even begin to try. But the one who's half Japanese and Haitian, you know, I'm Haitian as well. So I look at some of the problems she has. It seems that when she wins, she's ready to talk in front of the cameras. It doesn't bother her. But when she loses, she doesn't want to face the pressure of the world to get criticized for those losing aspects. But this is what you signed up for. This is what you know that's part of the game. So now to see a lot of people making excuses for these people, I look at it as we're in a different world today, and I feel like people force their opinions on you without anybody being allowed in any space or room to critique that opinion or be allowed to rebuttal your opinion. So it's kind of crazy now, man. Look, I digress from this topic. I'm actually a little bit worried because I know these are the subjects people are not allowed to talk about, which is unfair, even though there's no law against that. Public opinion is public opinion. We can't be politically correct about everything to the point we're not even alive anymore. We're literally in zombie land when we enact and emphasize this political correctness. Look, and I'm a black man saying this, so you can't give me, oh, you're being, you know, the R word against her when I'm the same complexion, you know, almost the same shade. So it's just kind of, it's a weird situation in the world we live in today. Look, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. I'm your guy, Blessed One. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live. Peace.